Our first selected poet laureate, Reger, came up with a wide variety of programs and events throughout the year, and one of them has been Poems on Glass. Now, Poems on Glass is intended to be a complementary program to an existing historical program of the arts and culture program, and that is Murals on Glass. Murals on Glass offers an opportunity for artists to have their work displayed on selected downtown windows. What was really unique about this program of the City of Urbana's Poet Laureate is that it offered an opportunity for a local poet to then interpret that mural.
I think it gives an extra dimension to the artwork. It adds value, I think, to the everyday scenes that we run across as we go through life. And so I think it's very valuable in the sense that it adds something more to what we already have.
Mood indigo, bluer than blue can be. Squares pieced by hands-on industry, placed by history, parceled by necessity. Bold black borders, hundreds of years old. Flight, eyes alight. Night blue neighborhood, glass green relief. I'm obsessed with this little 16th of a mile in South Champaign. Stack of lilac, olive, avocado. Lines organize. Long red flag, short white flag, black flag. Move on the ground and the world isn't changing much. Add 1,000 feet of elevation, it starts to alter the image. Square of, square of, square of periwinkle. Every season changes the fields. My maps are born, gridding. Landscape plotted and pieced, fold and fallow. Lines divide, lapis, mauve, marigold. This moment is all. Powder blue, cornflower, quilt of earth, made of industry, manifest in art.
This particular piece, South Farm number 9, is a plot of land that I've probably painted, I don't know, 15 to 20 different times. This is the largest I've painted it, and it was painted, it's gouache and it's on plywood, and the lines are actually made of tape. And I only did a very short series of it, but it's an area I like to explore mostly because it seems to be an experimental plot. The plot lines have been the same for 87 years. It just has a little bit of history, and I also love the geometrics of it.
One thing I hope that the poem does is sort of brings out the field, you know, the pieces of the field and the way landscape from a plane creates this visual beauty, and be able to kind of see that flash in and out from the colorful painting to the sort of more muted but still very vibrant colors of an Illinois agricultural landscape.
1, 2, 3, go!
Downtown Urbana feels like my living room. I mean, it's just such a familiar place to me. When I was looking at this this contest, I was particularly drawn to this this mural because I love going to the Iron Post. I've spent many an evening there listening to music, and I've always been really amazed at, you know, quite frankly, the world-class music that just floats through there almost unnoticed sometimes. So I really wanted to kind of capture that in a poem, just how low-key it is, but yeah, just really the magic that happens in that space.
You know, as you sit there and listen, and you kind of fall into the mood, and I would always pull out my colored pencils and start sketching. Chip is one of the premier artists at the Iron Post, and I was lucky enough to catch him playing with his students, but also listening to his students. So that's him in the foreground listening, and then that's him playing the clarinet. in the picture. So, you know, it was just one of those nights, and you know, I often am always taken with the music, and it's just something I do while I'm listening.
Upright bass sways in a close embrace. Piano blushes and slows, tempers the clip of snares. Brass rings curl around a man's fingers as he purses his lips, blows notes that whisper, "Don't look down, we're royalty from ripped rug up." Overhead, colorful neon crowns of Coors and Corona flash. The fluent lean in, close their eyes. Ears delicately sip notes until Chip lifts up his sax, blurts out the truth. In the window behind them, geraniums bloom regal red from scrap butter tubs. Even those that don't speak jazz hear kings tonight in this shadowy watering hole.
1, 2, 3.
For me, I really wanted to write something that like captured the feeling that I had when I saw it. You know, like I think the woman's pose is really beautiful. I think the colors are really telling, and it really orients you in a really beautiful way. And I wanted the language to do something similar. So I wanted it to be kind of like brushstrokes imagery, as opposed to something that was really specific and trying to tell you everything about what was happening. So I hope it creates a picture and a feeling in your heart when you read it that goes along with this mural, this beautiful piece of work.
There is something in the sway of her that moves like leaves of whispering trees. Something of delight, all cobblestone and lamplight, as the minstrels play a half-forgotten melody. My puddle-damp memory has dulled the edges, true, but the vibrant hues of shops on the roof stand strong in contrast to a morning sky, a wry eye, and what might have been a smile.
I paint very small, but I love to do blown up images. So I have done canvases 10 times the size of my paintings. To me, this was a perfect chance to have a very large blow up, because the original of this is only 8 by 10. So to have it this big, to me, is just fantastic.
3, 2, 1.
If the sky had eyes, would it see the wealth of love and joy placed at its feet? Would it hear the laughter of its children and sing? Would it taste the southern glass of fresh lemonade and quench its thirst? Would it smell the ocean's depths? Would it touch your soul? I was wondering what would happen if you and the sky collided. I mean, met face to face and literally collided. Eye to eye, nose to nose, lip to lip. Would you kiss it? Not just in the physical realm, but among the stars. Would your souls intertwine and dance for the universe? I bet if you did, you would see the future and smile.
I do a little collaging on the side, mostly for fun, because I just like art and visuals. And so I had a collection of some pieces that I was working on, and I met Stacy, who does art for real. And you know, I just shared it with him. I'm like, I got a couple of things, and he liked what I did, and so I shared a number of pieces with him, and we decided to collaborate.
People using these public spaces can take the time to read and appreciate the poem. And also, I think it's a way to reward the poets in a more substantial way than say a featured reading or something like that.